Right now, an initiative to make Madison's roads safer is showing promising signs. Hear from city leaders and residents on what they're seeing on the streets.
Also, we're officially a week away from the spring primary. We'll take a look at some of the early numbers.
And later, how a local tech company is looking to keep schools safe with a new kind of software. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this rainy Valentine's Day. And it is the weather we are going to start with.
Yeah, what's rain now could be turning into multiple inches of snow by late tomorrow night, going on into Thursday as well. And because of that, an alert day has been put in place. Let's check the first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in the latest. Gary?
Yeah, Eric, right now it's in a liquid form, and actually a little heavier shower just kind of sweeping on through by the station. But as you look at rain vision rainfall accumulation, this is a radar estimate, and generally we've seen less than about a quarter of an inch of rain. Some areas, especially north of Madison, have probably seen a little less than a tenth of an inch, but it will continue to rain pretty steadily for a couple of hours before things wind down. If you take a look at the high-resolution radar, you can see a band of showers moving through much of southern Wisconsin, but a bit of a break farther to the south and west. As you look at 6-hour future track radar, notice how the more persistent areas of rain shift up to the north. So Richland, Juneau, Adams counties will probably still see steadier rainfall after midnight, but most of us will see it winding down. Temperatures are pretty mild. It's 48 in Janesville, 45 in Madison. Most areas seeing temperatures well into the 40s. Here in Dane County, it's 45 degrees in Belleville, 46 in Verona, and 45 degrees in Middleton. Look for mostly cloudy skies, scattered showers, and windy this evening. Temperatures remaining nearly steady in the upper 40s, but we do have that first warned weather alert day in the forecast for a potential winter storm late Wednesday night into Thursday. About 2 to 6 inches or more of snow expected. The heaviest snowfall is probably from about Madison and areas to the south, but most areas south of Wisconsin Dells will get at least several inches. I'll have more on the timing of that and where the heaviest snow may fall in just a few minutes.
Stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. We've seen a number of speed reductions introduced across Madison over the past couple of years, and now city leaders are saying those decisions are paying off.
They gave us a closer look at the numbers for the Vision Zero initiative today. Our Catherine Merck joins us live from East Washington Avenue to tell us why people who live in that area think it's working. Catherine.
Hello, Eric and Charlotte. That's right. I'm joining you from a very rainy East Washington Avenue this evening, and I spoke to people who lived near this spot about some of the safety measures that have been put in place over the past couple of years. They tell me things have improved in this area, and that matches some of the city's data, but it hasn't gone all the way to zero, and that's what the city is looking toward.
Some people with loud cars think they have to show off. It's dangerous and it's scary.
John Burkholz has lived near East Washington Avenue for more than 20 years. He says when he drives there, he's seen people prioritize speed over safety.
They won't even get out of my lane when they pass me. They'll be still in my lane.
This is something the city has seen as well and has placed on the forefront for the past few years.
We started Vision Zero because we want to have no one killed by a traffic crash on our streets.
The city program has reduced the speed limits on some of Madison's busiest streets, and now officials say they're seeing results.
For the last 2 years, we saw significant reduction in fatalities and serious injuries in Madison. So that happens, from 2020 to 2021, from 2021 to 2022 for 2 consecutive years.
Take a look at the data from the city. The total number of crashes has gone down by nearly 2,000 since 2019. Same goes with the number of traffic fatalities and serious injuries, which dropped by 17% in 2021 and another 13% in 2022. And while these numbers look promising, the mayor says there's still work to get done to make the city's streets even safer.
We're not to zero yet, but we are on our way, and I think that by continuing to do the work and by inviting our community to be part of creating a culture of safety, we can get to zero.
I'm really glad the mayor dropped it down to 25 miles an hour during this little stretch.
Burkholz says on East Washington, the city and his neighbors are moving toward prioritizing safer streets.
That's the way it should be.
As for what's expected for the future of Vision Zero, this is a 15-year-long plan that the city has in place. We've been following it since 2020 and have more information on it on our website at channel3000.com. Reporting live in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. In Janesville, police say they arrested 2 people for a shots fired incident last week. Officers were called to the 1100 block of North Grant Avenue Saturday night after multiple reports of gunshots and multiple shell casings were found in the street. A vehicle was found to have been struck by gunfire. No injuries were reported. A firearm believed to have been used in the incident was recovered. In Green Bay, a woman accused of murder and dismemberment tried to attack her own attorney during a competency hearing. That attack happened moments after the judge said the trial scheduled for March 6th would be delayed. Taylor Shabiznes is accused of strangling a man to death and then sexually abusing him. Authorities say body parts were found in various places in her home. The attorney told the judge he would be filing a motion to withdraw from the case. Shabiznes has pleaded not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect.
We are officially a week away from Wisconsin's 2023 spring primary election, and the city of Madison's clerk's office says as of this morning, about 6% of the city's voters had already cast a ballot. While there might not be enough time for your ballot to get to the clerk by election day if you mail it in, there are still plenty of options to get your vote in early.
You can come to any of our in-person absentee voting locations and drop off your ballot. If you have any disability that would prevent you from coming here, you can have somebody else drop off your ballot for you. Or you can also drop your ballot off on election day at your polling place.
Sunday is the last day to vote early, and if you wait until Election Day, you can still register on the spot. And on the ballot, a primary election for a state Supreme Court, a race that is garnering national attention. See why in a News 3 Now special report Thursday evening at 6:30. It's been 5 years to date since a mass shooter took the lives of 17 students and staff in Parkland, Florida. The gunman was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, but the conversations around safety for kids at schools continue.
A local tech company wants to bring some of that security many are looking for to our area schools. Tahlil Mohdin joins us with a walkthrough on how it works. Tahlil?
Schools in our area are definitely talking about this check-in technology. Staff at MMSD say right now they're considering it, but are limited by budget constraints. The folks at Single Wire want schools to make it a priority.
So I am a first-time visitor trying to check into this location.
To get a good idea who's coming and going.
Where increasingly people are looking at a more secure environment.
The folks at Single Wire Software say their technology can help better keep students and staff safe at local schools.
So it's going to ask for a photo of my license.
Going beyond locking the front door and office check-in. Visitor Aware uses IDs and facial recognition to check sexual predator databases, FBI watch lists, and court orders across all 50 states. If it comes back clean,
Automatically prints a badge for me.
But should a user be flagged, administrators get alerted immediately.
It gives all the information so you're able to confirm that this person is in fact not allowed in the building.
There's an overarching responsibility that all organizations have, which is duty of care. And that duty of care is actually a legal doctrine that says I, as a business owner, need to make sure that I keep my people safe.
Company founder and CEO Paul Shane started in tech over 20 years ago, so he knows how useful it can be in critical situations to get information out quick.
And an event can be lots of different things. It can be a severe weather, it could be a chemical spill in a manufacturing plant, it could be all the way up to active shooter types of situations.
He says when it comes to safety in schools, Visitor Aware's simplicity makes it unique, but admits it doesn't make front desk staff or security obsolete.
There's always a human component. This helps do the screening, but someone's got to sort of deal with the situation and either say, yep, you're free to go into the building, or no, we need to have a further discussion with you.
Verona schools currently have a similar software to Visitor Aware set up throughout the district. Company leaders say the technology is not limited to schools, but can also be used in places like long-term care facilities.
Tahlil, thank you. The Wisconsin Film Festival will be using the space at Hilldale, formerly occupied by AMC Theater. This year's festival is set to run April 14th through the 20th. The festival will celebrate 25 years of films this year, with 150 films set to be shown at the theaters on the UW-Madison campus and at Hilldale. With the AMC location closing, organizers indicated this will be the last year that films will be shown in that space.
It's our most popular venue. We show about 85 films a year here over the course of 7 days. We typically have attendance just at this venue of over 10,000 people during the course of the week.
After screenings wrap up, Hilldale will donate theater equipment to the festival for future use.
After the break, a recall alert for parents with babies and young children.
Plus, Wisconsin continues to deal with a school bus driver shortage. How the DOT is trying to help. That's next.
Get butter for just $2.99. Wednesday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Wednesday is Hy-Vee butter for just $2.99. While supplies last, only at Hy-Vee.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
This President's Day, people are buzzing about my highly rated... Exactly, my highly rated living rooms. Like the Laurel Collection. It has... Well said. Or my Betty Collection. Right, my Virgo I seem to have lost control of the commercial. 3 collections, 5 stars, all only $9.99. See what all the buzz is about at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Get butter for just $2.99. Wednesday only at Hy-Vee. That's right, your daily deal for Wednesday is Hy-Vee butter for just $2.99. While supplies last, only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome back. The Wisconsin DOT is extending its waiver on a portion of the school bus license test as hiring challenges continue. Drivers seeking an S endorsement will not have to take that portion of the test that covers under the hood engine components. The rest of the test remains unchanged. Officials said that between January and September of last year, 69 people in Wisconsin used that waiver to get a school bus license. The waiver is now set to last until November 27th of 2024.
Nearly 500,000 baby products have been recalled due to a potential choking hazard. This silver lining cloud activity gym made by Skip Hop has 3 raindrops that dangle from ribbons. Those raindrops can detach and become choking hazards. Skip Hop says consumers should cut off the raindrops and take a photo of the toy and send it to the company through its website. Customers will then receive a $10 gift card and free shipping code for any other product. Egg prices are still going up at the grocery store. In fact, they've soared more than 70% over the past year. In January, eggs were 8.5% more expensive than in December. That's according to a government inflation data. Wholesale egg prices have fallen since hitting a record peak in December, but companies are still charging record prices at the grocery store.
When we come back, love is in the air today. How you and your loved ones can celebrate while on a budget.
Plus, local businesses seeing a boost in sales, while one bake shop owner says Valentine's Day is unpredictable.
And we could see multiple inches of snow later in the week. Gary will break it all down in his complete forecast next.
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman, plus so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Race to savings on Patriot Lighting at Menards. Choose from our huge selection of ceiling fans. Our ceiling fans add elegance to any room and reduce energy costs all year round. We carry a great selection of styles and finishes, so you're sure to find the look that's right for you. Right now, get a $10 rebate on all stock Patriot Lighting ceiling fans over $50. See all of our lighting options on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Looking at mattresses?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable. That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Right now at our huge President's Sale, get this Sealy Posturepedic mattress for $5.99. Slumberland, mattress shopping reinvented.
PB.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Welcome back. It is Valentine's Day today, and it's not just a holiday for significant others. You can also show affection to friends, family, and of course, pets. The day is believed to have started long ago. It derived from the feast for the patron saint Valentine. Historians tell the story of one saint who married couples in secret to prevent men from going to war. In the 1400s, the day became associated with romance. People started writing letters and poems declaring their love and calling them Valentines.
And Valentine's Day means big local business at a time that is typically a bit slower during this winter season. News 3 Now was there bright and early at Bloom Bake Shop on Monroe Street this morning as they were preparing for one of the busiest days of the year there. They had all the classics ready for Valentine's Day, including both the sweet and savory favorites. Owner and creator Anne-Marie Maitre says it's one holiday of the year that's pretty unpredictable because a lot of people, you know them, they hold off until the last minute.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking because it's not a pre-planned holiday. It's a wake up and, oh my gosh, it's Valentine's Day. And so we just say, okay, we're here for you in every way.
And Bloom Bake Shop has two locations in Madison now, the one there on Monroe Street. And their newest location is on North Street, and they are celebrating their 13th anniversary this month. According to the National Retail Federation, the average consumer will spend about $193 per person this Valentine's Day, nearly $20 more than last year. But experts say you can still show your affection without going over budget. One idea, they say, is have a wine or beer tasting night. Another, recreate a memory. Doesn't have to be something expensive. They say just go to a place that you went when you first were dating and rekindle all of those romantic feelings.
Well, we often think about giving love to others. Health experts say you should think about saving some of that affection for yourself. Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says self-love means listening to yourself, tuning in to what you need and letting yourself have it. She says to also give yourself some grace.
You might think, oh, well, if I don't do that, I'm a bad mom or I'm a bad friend. But we can be in relationships with people and still meet our own needs.
The practice of self-love isn't only good for us, but Baumstein says it also teaches children that it's okay to love themselves too. The therapist says having a good, healthy relationship with yourself can also lead to healthy relationships with others as well.
That beach shot looked pretty nice, didn't it? I know a lot of folks are enjoying these warmer temperatures, but snow is back in the forecast. Gary has the latest.
Yeah, hard to believe. It's raining right now. Temperatures are up between 45 and 50, but things will change by this time tomorrow night, and then especially as we get toward early on Thursday morning. We do have a first warn weather alert day in the forecast for late tomorrow night into Thursday. This is for a pretty significant snowfall, probably about 2 to 6 inches from north to south, the lighter amounts up toward the Dells, the heavier amounts from Madison southward. There probably is going to be a narrow band of perhaps a little more than 6 inches in there, but it's hard to say exactly where that will be. But most of southern Wisconsin south of the Dells will be affected by this. And you can see this band of snow basically coming out of the central plains. This is a more typical storm system than the one last week that kind of developed right on top of us. So we're looking at a band of about 6 inches or more of snow, maybe about a county-wide, somewhere between, say, Madison and Rockford. The farther south you go, the better the chances that you're going to run into heavier snow. The farther north you go, the lighter the snow will be, and there'll be a sharp northern cutoff. Even this 1-inch line could drop southward, even as far south as the Dells. And Juneau and Adams counties might see very little in the way of snowfall, whereas areas between Madison and Janesville get more than 6 inches. But this will be mainly from late tomorrow night into Thursday. Already winter storm watches in effect for northern Illinois into eastern Iowa and southern Iowa. And then to the north and west, there are winter weather advisories and blizzard warnings for a couple of inches of snow tonight, but strong winds of 50 miles per hour or greater will cause whiteout conditions. But you can see this line of winter storm watches, and they turn to winter storm warnings back into Colorado and Kansas, where the snow is already falling. And to the south, there's wind bulletins, wind advisories, and even some high wind watches and warnings out west. This will be a windy storm system. As we look at current temperatures, you can see why. To the south, they're in the 50s. To the north and west, temperatures are in the teens up in the Dakotas. So a pretty good temperature contrast. Right now, most of the storm system in the form of rain, just a little bit of snow on the back edge, but the storm in the southwestern part of the country will take a path very favorable to us just south of southern Wisconsin that brings the potential for accumulating snow and perhaps a significant snow here on Wednesday night and Thursday. Tomorrow during the day, just a slight chance for a shower early. Otherwise, the high of 43 in the morning, then temperatures dropping into the 30s in the afternoon. On future track, the rain continues to lift northward, probably become a little more widely scattered once we get toward midnight, and overnight, just a few widely scattered showers. Those should end early on Wednesday morning. Temperatures start out in the lower 40s, but drop into the 30s during the afternoon. Might even see a few peaks of sun in the afternoon, but the clouds come rolling back in tomorrow night. The snow arrives after midnight, maybe a little bit of light snow before then, but by 6 a.m., most of us are seeing a pretty steady snowfall. There might be some bands of heavier snow in there with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, so it'll be mainly snow, not looking for any freezing rain or mixed precipitation or even rain near the Illinois state line. Mainly snow, and then as we head into later Thursday afternoon, it pulls off. We're down to flurries, and skies actually start to clear later on Thursday night. Snowfall amounts, again, the heaviest band probably just south of Madison, down toward the Illinois state line. The first warned 7 to 10 day forecast, cold on Friday, but then temperatures warm right back up to around 40 for the weekend. A rain-snow mix possible Monday afternoon and ending as snow showers on Tuesday, but perhaps another storm system with accumulating snow by Thursday of next week.
And coming up in sports, love is not in the air tonight between Wisconsin and Michigan. A live report from the Kohl Center is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
The Wisconsin Fishing Expo returns to the Alliant Energy Center in Madison February 24th through the 26th, stocked with over 330 booths, plus nearly every fishing boat imaginable. Load up with deals now. It's the Wisconsin Fishing Expo's largest seminar roster ever, with topics for almost any species, over 20 seminars. Check out kids' activities, including the trout pond, fish bingo, and bumper boats. Go to wifishingexpo.com for details. Sponsored by Wisconsin Outdoor News, Blackfish, Daiwa, Lucas Oil, Acme, the Big 1070, and Don's Marine.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
An election that could tip the scales in the state Supreme Court. News 3 Now looks at the candidates in the upcoming primary and what's at stake for you in a Campaign 2023 special report. Thursday at 6:30 p.m. only on News 3 Now.
It's a game that's been circled on the calendar since the schedule was released, and it's fitting that Wisconsin's date on Valentine's Day is Michigan. Yes, that Michigan team. Jordan Reed is live at the Kohl Center, trying not to be a third wheel with the Badgers and the Wolverines. Jordan, safe to say there's a lot of hype around this one.
Yeah, there definitely is. It is Wisconsin and Michigan's first meeting of the season. And of course, it's the first time playing one another since last season's scuffle here at the Kohl Center. Now, it's hard to forget what went down on this court almost exactly a year ago. You know, the altercation between coaches and players in the post-game handshake line made national headlines, resulted in several suspensions and fines for both teams. But hey, that's then, this is now. And as Guard says, everything with the Wolverines and Coach Howard is in the past.
It was unfortunate for everybody that occurred last year, and that's behind us. Hey, I get it. We're all competitors in this. You're not in this if you're not, and if you don't have some competitive juices in you and those go in different ways, then you're probably not going to last very long in this. And he's obviously a tremendous competitor, was as a player, obviously is as a coach.
Now, things haven't been super quiet since that incident. Last month, Michigan center Hunter Dickinson went on the Round Ball podcast where he didn't have the nicest things to say about Wisconsin's program. So what are the Badgers' thoughts? Well, for Tyler Wall, you just got to block it out and focus on the game.
It's no big deal. When we get in between the lines, it's a basketball game. You're going to hear things that aren't the best. You're going to hear things that are great. So when we're in between the lines, it's basketball, and that's what's going to come down to. I feel like we just got to stay in the moment. A lot of these young guys, they kind of understand what's going on with it. I feel like it's a lot of just noise where we got to come in here, focus on what we got to do right. And if we do that, then we'll win the game.
We're about an hour and a half from tip-off. That is set for 8 o'clock, so be sure to tune in to News 3 Now at 10 for highlights and more. For now, Zach, I'm going to send it back to you in studio.
Going to be interesting to see the handshake line after this one.
I'll bet it'll be really well behaved.
They'll probably hug. They'll probably hug.
It'll be something. All right, Gary, final check.
Yeah, raining out there right now. There's the live view of the Edgewater Sky Cam. Some showers there. You see a band of showers moving through Madison, but a little bit of a break to the south and west. 6-hour future track radar shows the more persistent areas of rain shifting from the Dells northward. Current temperatures very mild. 48 right now. Janesville, 45 in Madison. Look for temperatures to stay in the upper 40s this evening, but again, first warn weather alert day for tomorrow night and for Thursday.
All right, Gary, and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.